Hello guys, so alright, moving forward we'll be applying materials to our project. So far we've been able to do the structural and apply the sweeps and whatnot. Now we are working on the appearance view. We'll be applying materials to both the graphical view and the appearance view. What do you mean by graphical view? Graphical view is this one. Let's say you're not elevation and this is your graphical view. This is the one that the contractor will be using on site and whatnot. This one's your south elevation. It's plain at the moment, but you can apply materials to it so that it will look better graphically. That's if you say it that way. Then the appearance view is what you have in your 3D. This one that your clients likes to see. This is the one that he likes. The appearance view of your work. This is it. That's the realistic view if you put it that way. So the first thing to do is to select a particular one. Doesn't matter anywhere you select, just select a particular one. At the moment we are using a 225 generic masonry block. It doesn't matter the kind of block you use, just select one of the wall. Even if it's this wall, just select any of the wall. Then let's go and edit the structure of that wall. You go to edit type. Then if you go to edit type, you go to edit. Then yours might be showing it might not be on preview, it might be showing something like this. You might be seeing something like this. Let me cancel this. When you go to your edit type and you go to your edits, you might be seeing it plain like this. So what you can do is go to preview. And when you go to your preview, you'll be seeing something like this, like your plan view. When you see this place my cursor is, go to the view, you see floor plan, then just click this drop down, you see section, click on that section. Now you see the structure of that wall vertically. So what you can do is what we are doing now is, let me show you something. Alright, so what we are doing now is we are applying, let's say this is the base of our building, this is the main building itself, then we have our DPC level somewhere here. You know, our windows have a sill height of 900. If you remember, the sill height of 900 from this point to the DPC level is 900 millimeter, and from here down to your natural ground level is about 450 millimeters. So what we need to do now, we are assigning color. We are putting our color somewhere here. So this place will be a different color, then this place will be a different color. So what we want to do is we want our color to be almost close to the bottom of your window. That's where we want our colors to be. So you remember, from here to this place is 900, and from this DPC level to your zero ground level is 450. So see something. So if you remove your 900 for your sill height, default sill height, from this your window to your DPC level is 900, then from your DPC level to your zero ground level is 450. 900 plus 450 is about 1350. So we'll be cutting our colors close to that 1350. Let's just choose 1300, so that the remaining 50 is where our skirting board, that is the board that will be the profile that will be demarcating the two colors, as you see in most buildings. So that's what we'll be doing now. So what we can do is, you go to, once you open this preview, please watch very close, this can be very tricky. You go to your split region. We are trying to split this color from this point. We are splitting it at 1300 from here to this place, 1300. So let's split it at 13. So you go to your split region, where you have this split region under your merge region. You go to split region. Now you zoom in, look at it, just put at the edge. You see a dimension marker. Doesn't matter, you can always change it afterwards. So let's just pick it anywhere. Okay, just split. Alright, so now you splitted it. In order for you to show the arrow key, now it's showing split region. If you press escape, I'm thinking you are trying to change this thing, you will close this entire tab, you close this entire tab. So you go to this place where you have a modify. When you click on modify, now you can select. So you go zoom in, select this. Now change this to 1300. Enter. Now you've applied you've cut it, you've not applied anything to it yet, we've just splitted this wall from this wall. Now what we can do is called assign layer. After you splitted, you call assign layer. You are trying to pick if this one should be our upper wall, this should be our lower wall, or you want a particular color here or a different color here. So we just go to assign layer. Now at the moment you have not splitted. This from here to here is still one color. This entire thing is still one color. You've not assigned any layer to it. It doesn't have layer, so you press insert. When you press insert, a new layer will come here. So when you press insert, now you have created a new layer. So now like this, when you click here, click one of these, click this top one, this structure, this first one you see here, you can always rename it if you want, but just leave it that way. I don't think you can rename it, just leave it that way. This first one is the top one, then the second one is the bottom one. So when you click on this second one, automatically it is showing that this is the bottom one. When you click on this first one, it's showing that it is the top one that owns this particular layer. So let's do something. Go to your material by category. Please watch very closely, and in case I'm moving too fast, kindly slow down the video or rewatch it all over again so that you can learn, you can see what's going on. So let's go to material by category. So the next thing we're doing now is we are applying a new material to this upper layer, this upside. So we want a new material to be here, this one to have a new material, and we have this one, another, this place will have another different material. All right, so at the moment we don't have a cool material here, so let's just select a new one. Let's create a new one from here. Create new material. Where you have this, create a new material. So now it's at default material. Sorry, my keyboard is very bad. So let's just change this to rename this particular one. Let's name it, this from here to here is the upper layer, so let's just change it to upper. All right, that's the upper one. So let's assign a material to that upper. This upper means is this upper wall. You can use upper wall, whatever you want to. You would be changing the graphical view. Remember what I said about graphical view? The graphical view is the top area. It's not your appearance view, it's not your realistic view, it's just the one that will be showing on your elevation. Like especially if you want to apply colors to your elevation, so you can apply it on your graphical view. So let's work on graphical before we go to our realistic view. So this is it. Okay, let me just show you something. Let's put appearance first before we go back to graphical. So for the appearance view, the top one, let's choose a color. Now to choose a color, you go to where you have your open closed asset, open, then close asset, then open it. Then we'll be choosing our appearance library. Go to your appearance library. You can also type what you need on your search bar, but let's go for paints. Now we have paint somewhere here. Just click on any of the paints, doesn't matter, you can just edit the paints. So let's use, doesn't matter the color you pick, let's change the color. Let's use something simple. Okay, let's use this gray. Whatever color you pick, just pick a paint. Okay, apply. This is the paint we've picked. So if you want to apply the pick a paint, you would see something like this click button. When you click it, it would take that paint to this particular appearance view, this place here. Then let's edit that paint. Look at the parameter area, this parameter area. Let's go and edit the color. You come to the color, you can choose a color you like. Preferably I like peach for a reason, because it's very mild, and you can always change the lightness or the brightness of the peach. Let's take it to somewhere here. Or if you have a color in mind that looks good, you can also use the color. You're not limited to what I'm using. So just go with this peach color. That's what I'm using for the moment. Then press OK. Now you've changed the color of this. Oh, sorry, this is an image. If you apply it, it won't change because this particular image is an image. So you can always let's remove let's go back there and pick a new one. Sorry, this is an image. It won't allow you, it will always go with this particular color. This one you are seeing here, it will always go with this ash color you are seeing here, but we need it to go with a particular color we like. So let's go back to this our browser, asset browser. Let's pick paints. Okay, let me use glossy or something like that. Okay, this looks good. Okay, now this is a normal colored paint. This is just a normal color. It won't, if you edit the material, it won't affect anything. So let's go to choose pitch, then reduce the brightness. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, press OK. Then let's see. No, we have not edited the graphical view. I want to show you something. The graphical view is still set to be black and white. It doesn't have any, this thing you see none and none, it means it doesn't have anything. But I want to show you something, the difference between appearance view and graphical view. Now when you click this, you click apply, then OK. Alright, so it's assigned the upper. You can see the structure at this point. You see it's assigned to upper. This upper one has a new color, which is that peach color, but this lower one has no color yet. So you just come here, click on this. Now you're seeing is that lower one. Now let's go to the Mansory block. It's that concrete Mansory. So let's just, you can duplicate this. Let's duplicate, then let's rename this to lower. Looks nice, seems nice. Lower wall, whatever you want to name it. Lower wall. Alright, so we named it lower wall. The first one was upper wall, now this one is lower wall. So for the lower wall, you know, this place is where water will be splashing and stuff like that. So I'm thinking of something like a brick or a block, something like a brick or an interlock or something, not an interlock, a brick pattern, something wall will be good for that particular place. So let's go and edit. Go to your appearance again. This is a graphical view. Go to your appearance view. So now this, for your appearance view, you would go for, let's go to change this. Go to change this at your appearance library to, let's use stone. I think stone, something, there'll be something nice on stone. Something nice on stone. If you don't see what you like, I think I like this small even brown. I've used it before, it looks nice. But if you don't see what you like here, you can always go to load it from here. Just go to right click on the image. This image you see here, this is an image. When it's this, that means as you see this particular wall here, everything in Revit is very flexible. You can actually snap a design or a particular wall material and come and add it to your work. It's not rigid, it's very flexible. So for this, let's apply that stone material we saw at. Go to your appearance library. Let's apply the stone on even stone. This looks fairly okay. This looks nice. Then let's edit you click this once, left click it once, then let's make it's looking small. Is that the dimension of this entire thing is 1500, 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter. So, but let's increase the, go to this place, the sample scale, this scale, change it to something bigger, like I think 3000 seems nice. 3000. So don't worry, when you this one, the two of them will change because they are locked at this place. They are locked at tau. So this is looking good. So we've not changed anything on the graphical view yet. So let's just click apply and OK. Click apply, then OK. Yes, we've assigned. Look at it. The upper one, first one is upper. The down one is lower wall. So we've applied the two materials to it. So we press OK. Look at our wall. I think if I press apply now, you see the paint has cleanly applied to it. Now it has applied very, very cleanly. That's, you can also apply the paint one by one, but it's better you do it like this. So look at this beam. Let me show you let me tell you the reason why this is like this. Remember this particular paint here, this material, why is it not pink? Because we offsetted this particular wall up. So this, from this place to this point, has cut off because we offsetted it. Remember this wall, if you click on this wall, this beam, it has an offset of 2600 because we took it up. But we can always change the color. When you want to change the color, go to your, where you have your architecture structure still, go to your modify, then you see something like a box and some paints. Click on it, then look for your upper. You know this paint is at upper wall. Look for upper, UPPR, upper. Okay, I think this is our upper. It's blue, but don't worry, apply it to be pink. Alright, so we've changed it now. Now it's looking really, really, really good. So what we can do now is, so we've done like this. Now you can also paint this part. Just make sure you are looking at it straight, then apply paints. So, alright, so now we apply paints to that one. You know that this is looking good, but okay, we've not applied materials to our columns. Plus, remember this particular wall, we offsetted it from this wall. The base of this wall is supposed to be at the natural zero ground level. Let me show you something. See this wall. The reason why this wall took this pink paint and not this one is because we didn't offset this wall up. So this wall, we edited the structure. This wall is saying this structure we edited, we just cut inside in between this wall. So the top of this wall remains pink, the bottom remains with stone. But these ones you are seeing, this particular ones you see, is because this wall we offsetted it up. So that's why this wall is having this stone material as the top of the beam area. So you can always change the color. You go to your modifier, you have architecture, structure, steel, precast and whatnot. You just go to your modifier, then you look for paints, something like this, like a box and a cube. So just click on it. It's selected to be at upper for me. Just look for where you named your paint to be upper, then come somewhere where you have your paint, then select it. So we've cleanly applied our paint, but our column is not looking right at all. So what we can do is, you can also apply your paints here. Let's say we apply it to our upper. You can apply your paints here, but for this one, for our sweep, we'll be using that same gypsum cement board that we, let's look for gypsum. Gypsum, okay, gypsum wall board, yeah. Let me see if it will apply. Nah, we've done it wrong. Ctrl Z. Okay, so all you can do is you click on this entire column. Just click on it once. When you click on it, you see something like edit in place. Then when you click on that edit in place, so you'll be able to edit the structure of this column. No, we are trying to edit the sweep. The sweep is not looking right. This particular one, once you click, you will be able to edit the sweep at edit sweep, or assign a material directly from here. No need to edit, just assign a material here. Once you click on it, just come to your material, then let's look for gypsum wallboard, gypsum GY. Alright, so this is gypsum. So press OK. Now you've applied it. So choose the top one also. Let's apply this. gypsum to this. So we need something white, something nice. Okay, gypsum looks good. Now you've applied that to that too. Alright, so for the center points, I think we applied material to that already, but let's still apply. Click on it. You know that we want this midpoint, this column, this to have this pink. We'll be changing that pink. I'm not satisfied with this pink. It looks like a house that belongs to Barbie. It looks like a Barbie house. So you might like pink, you might like this color. Whatever it goes for you, just do. You are not really limited to what I am using. So you would be choosing the upper. Let's go for upper. Let's look for upper. Let's go down. Okay, this is our upper. You press OK. Now it will take this thing. So now you remember this one is lower. This our stone material is lower. So we want this base of our column to take that lower material. So let's look for lower. Lower. You can always search it. Remember my keyboard has issues. So just once you are looking for what you have, so just type it here. You will see what you are looking for. So I'll just go and look for something at lower. Okay, lower wall. Yes. Alright. So now I've applied it to this also. Now I think it's looking good. So I can use finish edit mode. Alright. So now we've applied that to that. We applied that to that. So for the stairs, you can always align the color of the stairs. Like for this terrace area, let's look for a way to select that ground so that you press tab. Once if you are selecting it and you are not able to select the ground, just press tab key. It will show you where to select. So now let's change the material of this floor. The material of this floor. See, this is. Let's change it to something edit type. Okay, remove this preview, go to edit by category. Then I think we should go with something. Okay, right, if you have something in mind, maybe you have a design. Like I have couples of designs here, but for this project I'm just using something from out of my head. But you can always pick whatever material you have saved up on your desktop or online, so that you can use the materials you see there. But for this one, I think I'll be going with, I don't want to make too much edits so that you don't get confused. So for this material, I'll be making this material same with this test. So let me use the default floor. The material is ash. This default floor, the color is ash. 80 for the red, 80 for the green, and 80 for the blue, the code. So let's use this default floor. So that one will be hash. Apply. Okay. All right. So it's ash. So let's make this one also ash. Go to edit in place. Click on the floor. Go to edit in place. Then click on the floor again. Now let's apply that default floor. Yes, this default floor. I press OK. Then press finish edit mode. Alright, now so the floor has taken the same color with the stairs. That's what we are trying to achieve. At the same time, you can also apply a different material, like a different finish to this, but remember this floor is one and the same. So if you make an edit to this particular floor, now you are editing the front floor also, because you selected, on select this one, you selected the entire floor. You know, they are not different floors. We didn't divide, we didn't break any part of that floor. We just made it just one floor all through the house. So that's the difference. So if you are applying any other material apart from, for example, maybe you are feeling fancy, you can apply, let's say we are applying, we are not using the default floor. Let's say we are using something like whatever material you have in mind. You can come here to your open asset library, then look for floor. There's always something of floor on your appearance. You go to floor, go to your floor, flooring, We have stone, we have tile, we have whichever. If you are choosing tile, okay, tiles are limited. If you are using stone, look for the ones that going to go with your feet. If you are using carpets, look for carpet. I don't think carpet would look nice, but if you don't see enough materials here, you can always load materials from your online or where, because if I say I'll show you how to save materials on our next lessons online. You can just right click here, then this is an image, then choose the one from where you have it saved. I have some materials saved somewhere on my desktop. If I go to my desktop and I go to somewhere at architecture, I have matte finish. Where I have my matte finish, okay, where I have my matte finish, I have all different sorts of materials saved here. So if for example I'm looking for a floor, I have all these materials. They are loaded in your Revit city, they are in your project already, but I copied it from where this file was saved and installed in Revit and kept it somewhere else so that I can always reference to it when I need a material. So if I'm looking for floor, for example, I just come somewhere here, I pick a good looking floor. This oak floor looks nice, this oak floor looks nice, this one looks nice. Okay, let me look for something that would go with that brown, that ash color, 80 by 80 by 80 code that we have here. I think this oak floor would be nice. It's rough and it's looking nice. Okay, let me select this. Heavy rough. This heavy rough. Okay, I think this one will look nice. This one will look nice. Actually, let there be contrast. But do you know, if we edit this particular floor, we will change this, because let me show you something. Once you put it to this oak flooring, the staircase will take this, because this staircase is also set to have this default floor. So the both of them are having the same property of the default floor. So when you change this particular one, you change the staircase. So let's just try and apply this. I think this oak flooring looks nice. Let me increase the scale so that I will be able to see it well. It's at 300. Let me make it at 1 meter each. Let me make it at 1 meter each. So if it's locked at tie, it will assume the same. Alright, apply. Then okay. Then okay. Apply. Then okay. Alright, so look at our cool looking floor we have applied. I think this should look nice. We should go with this. This looks nice.
Congratulations, he has done it for you, and you'll come back with a new song to sing. Your God is good.
Okay.
You will come again with a new song of praise.
Alright, so this looks, I'm satisfied with how this looks. Okay, I think we can always change this door is not positioned right, so let's flip it so that it's not positioned right. So you can press space bar. Okay, now we flip that door. This door is not positioned right. Let's flip it. Alright. So now this door is left where it's supposed to be. Alright, so let's flip this, press space bar. Now you flip. Okay, something is not right. Okay, so now we flipped those doors. Those doors were not positioned right. Even these ones, they are inside. Can I just flip it so they'll come front? Okay, so that's just that for that. Press space bar if you want to flip your walls and your windows. Okay, do you know why this particular roof has taken the pattern of this floor? Let me show you why. If I click on this roof, that's not the roof we'll be using though. But if I go to edit type, go to the edit and go to edit by category, you see this roof is selected to be our default floor also, but we're changing it. We don't want it to be our default floor. That's why it took that same appearance of our floor. So let's just leave this first. When we get to the roof, we'll apply the materials to. Let's finish our sweep columns and everything you have. So if you look at this now, our floor has that cool looking oak flooring we added to it. So we'll apply that oak flooring to this stairs. But for now, let's flip this door. It's positioned on the wrong way. Flip space bar so it will come front. Alright. No, it didn't come front. Control Z. Okay, I think we should just leave this way. Let's just leave it this way. It looks good. Alright, so for this staircase is having a different material, so let's change this material to that cool oak flooring we have. Just select it, then you go to edit stairs. When you go to the edit stairs, now you can edit the stairs. Just click on that stairs again. Now you can apply material to it. Go on to the edit type. So this is the material. It's said to have a concrete cast in situ. So let's change it to our default floor material. Default floor, yes, this. Make sure you name your materials in such a way you remember what you named, so that you don't start looking for what you have you start looking for the materials you saved already. Okay, some people have the custom of typing any other thing like DVB 11222. They have a custom of doing something like that. If you can remember all those DVB 11222 and different random material names you put for your materials, you can use it. But if you don't know, if you know you can't remember those things, just use a name that you always remember, because sometimes you refer back to those materials again. So let's press apply. Then okay, now we have our cool looking floor for our stairs. Let's press finish edit mode. Alright, so now we want this our base of our column to have this material, this particular material, this cool looking stone we have here. So just click on the entire column, go to edit in place. Alright, so let's click on this. Now we can edit this to our lower. Remember this name, we named it as lower, so let's change it to lower. Then go to L because my keyboard has issues. L. Alright, this is lower. Okay. Alright, so we've applied that to that. Now for this, select this. Let's change this to upper because it's going to take this pink. We'll be changing from that pink to something. I'll show you how I would advise you select colors. Okay, now we've applied this pink. Alright, so finish edit mode. Just press that check button you have there. Alright, so it's not looking too good at the moment because this roof now is looking weird. So let's change our sweep. Select this sweep. This sweep is not supposed to have this color. Let's do something white, like a gypsum wall board. The same thing we have for our sweep here. Let's use that material. You click on it, go to edit in place, click on that concrete fascia. Just look for a way to click on the concrete fascia, then go to edit in place, then click on the concrete fascia again. Then what you can do is go to the edit by category. Now we are changing it to something white. Let's use a gypsum wall board. Gypsum wall board. It's a white paint or whatever, but gypsum wall board is a white material. It's not perfectly white. It's not 100% white. It's not set to be at 255 green and 255 blue, but it's white also. This is no matter what, if you try changing it, it won't go with this paint color you're changing it to, except you remove this image. You can just remove the image if you want. If you remove this image now, yes, you cannot apply this color to, you cannot take this particular color you've applied. But if you don't remove that image, it will always stay with the previous image that you have. So let's, since we've changed to something very white, now let's press apply, then press OK. Alright, apply, then OK. Then you've applied it to, alright. So now we've applied our gypsum wallboard to our concrete fascia. I'm pretty satisfied the way this looks at the moment. So moving forward, let's change our roof. Yes, our roof is not looking too nice, so let's select our roof. So for our roof, we go to the edit type. Now you need something like a shingles, something like a shingles will look nice. Roof shingles. If you search for your roof materials here, like if you press roof on your keyboard here, if you press roof, okay, if you click roof here, you get limited roof that you can't use actually. But let's duplicate this, then let's change it to, let's rename this to roof material. Let's use this roof material. Okay, so you can go to your appearance. It has, for the appearance, it has this particular oak floor to it. So please, you have to duplicate these assets, because if you try and appear, because I told you something about Revit, if you don't duplicate your assets in Revit, you would stand a chance of applying materials. If for example we apply a roof material to this, there's a tendency of us applying that same material to this our floor, and it's stressful to come back and forth trying to change those materials. So you can duplicate this. Here you have this double papers you have here. It means duplicate this asset. It means you are removing the constraints. That's what I would use to describe this. You are removing that, you are detaching it from wherever this particular image is, so that when you remove this, you are not removing it on your other places again. So let's duplicate this. So when you duplicate, yes, I think we duplicated this. Okay, now let's go to our materials. Remember, if you go to your appearance library, you have something on roof. Yes, there's something on roof. Let me see. There is asphalt shingles. Yes. Oh, brown. Yes, this will look nice. But I think something red. Oh, yes, Spanish tiles. I like this. I like this dirty feel this thing has. It looks natural. Okay, I think I'll go for that Spanish style. You can always, if you've downloaded a cool looking, because I have so many, like for me, I have so many materials, because I copy the materials from my Revit components. So I have the materials here, unlimited materials to choose from. This is the materials I can try to choose from. If I'm looking for roof now, I can just come to my R and pick roof. Let's look for roof. Then I have different roof materials here saved. I have a lot of materials. I can just choose from this one. But for this purpose of this, because you might not know where this particular thing is. It is on your Revit, especially if you have a 20s on Revit on older. If you have this particular material also, or even lower versions have the same material, but because because of those that don't know where it is, let us just choose from the roof material we have on our appearance library. So for us to choose, so let this load. I don't know why this is loading. What's it loading for? Alright. Okay, so let's choose I think this Spanish style blend looks nice. It looks natural, like a tile that's dilapidated, has passed through time. So let's just see how that looks. Let's see how that looks. Sorry, I don't know why this is loading and taking so much time. Okay, so let's choose this Spanish style blend. I think I'm satisfied how this looks. So you just click here. Now you choose it. Let me see this one. Spanish style red brown. I like the contrast that comes with this red roof, so let's just choose this red instead. This dirty feel. Thinking this or this. Okay, I think this will go well. This Spanish style red. Alright, then I've closed this. Let's not change the scale. Let me show you the reason why I changed the scale of these particular ones. It's at 3000, but let's see if it's sufficient enough. Press apply, press OK, then OK, then apply, then OK. Alright, so now we've applied that. Okay, now we've applied our cool looking. I think this is looking very big. I think it's looking okay. I think if it's looking too big or too small, and you can just come here. I think I'm satisfied how this looks actually. Yes, I'm satisfied. But if it's not looking right, if it's looking small, looking big on you can come to your edit type, edit in place, that same material, go to your material, and let's go to your appearance. Then what you can do is you click left click on this, then you change the scale somewhere here. So let's say for example, I'm not satisfied with how that looks, and I change it to 2600 because I'm actually okay with how that looks. 2600 is locked at time, so two of them will change. Then press done, apply, okay, then okay, then apply, then okay. So you notice it has actually, you might not see the difference, but it has actually changed scale. So you can always change the scale of your work that way. So I'm getting really satisfied how this is coming out, how this is turning out. Okay, this looks good. This looks pretty okay, I guess. Okay, so now this is the appearance view. Let me show you something. If you go to your north elevation, nothing has changed. The only way you can see the materials you've applied is when you are coming to your realistic view. That's when you see the material. But this realistic view is not the one we'll be putting on sheets. This will not look nice on sheets. Your work will be put on sheet on your hidden line view like this, so that your details will show. Let me shift this backwards a bit so that the details of your work will show. So the details of your work will show. So now we are trying to apply materials on our. It's the same thing we did. I don't know how you guys see this pink color. If you are not okay with it, if you don't like this color and you've seen a particular color somewhere and you don't really know how, let's say for example, let me shift this. Let's say for example I come to this edit type, select this upper pink color. I think let's say I'm not satisfied with how this looks. I click on it, I go to the edit type, then I go to the edit, Now this pink color is at our upper, so let's go to our upper. Click on upper, then go to your appearance. So it's said to be as, let's say you have a color you've seen somewhere, but you cannot determine the color here because these colors are too solid. You don't know where the color is, you cannot determine the color. That is what I do. If it might be advanced for you, but it's also very simple also. I go to Photoshop. Okay, so I go to Photoshop. Let me tell you the reason why I go to Photoshop. I go to matte and color picker in Photoshop. So you see, at the moment, this design we are doing, it has a color code like this pink you see here. If I try and change this, if you look at this red, green and blue, if I shift this up, I'm changing the color code a bit to an extent. I'm changing the color code somewhere here. The color code is changing as I'm shifting this. Once I shift this margin, it's changing. Once I go down, if I go down, it's showing the red, blue and green is completely 000. It's black. That's what the color wheel is. It's color code. If you have a color code somewhere you've seen and you are trying to use that color on your work, you can always put the color code here. So I'll show you what I do what I prefer would do to apply. Maybe you've seen a color somewhere, but you cannot determine where that color is on all these axes. This is peach, this is yellow, I think this is yellow, there's so many colors to choose from, but you don't know how and where to start from. So you can always, let's say I come here to Photoshop. So I have some designs. I have some cool looking buildings here. Is everything taking so much time? Alright, so I have some cool looking buildings here on my, let's say I like this color here. Let's say I like this color here in this building. I take it to Photoshop. I just drag and drop it at Photoshop. So now this is the building. This is the building in Photoshop. So I'm trying to select this color, this particular color, for example. Into the screen. So let's say I'm trying to select this color here. I think this color looks mature, and instead of having a pink looking Barbie with house, it looks good. The pink looks very good, but let's just say I'm not satisfied with the way this is, and I'm trying to choose this, but I don't know what grade of ash is this, but I like this particular ash on this video. It looks good. So what I can do is I go to my Photoshop, I go to this color picker, then I select that color. So Photoshop will give me the color grade, where the color of this particular, if I select green, if I select this grass, to show me the grade of this, the grade or shade of green I've selected. You see this color code, that red, green and blue you see on Revit. You can always pick these colors and you can keep it. So let's say I pick this, for example. I pick something like this grade of ash. It's saying the black is 90, the red is 231, the green is 233, and the black is 232. So let's remember this. Okay, let's remember this. Let's save it somewhere. We have the red. Sorry, our keyboard has issues, so bear with me. The red is 231. Then the green is 233. Then the black, the blue rather, sorry, not black, blue. The blue is 232. Alright, so remember these color codes. Now let's go back to Revit. So this red, we'll be putting this red, the red here, the green here, the blue here. Wow. So let's go to where we have it saved. So if I change this red to 231, change it to 231, you see the color is changing. The green 233, then the blue set to 232. Now you see it has taken ash. Now the color is not at ash, but it has shown you the grade of ash it's at. So if I press OK, apply, then OK, see now you're taking that same color you have here, that same cool looking color you've seen somewhere that you want to use for your design. So you have taken it. So you can always use, if you are satisfied with how your pink looks. I know some people love that pink. I know some people like the pink, some people might not like the pink. So if you are not satisfied with how the pink looks, you would just go for what you like. So now it's at ash, but the grade of ash is now different. So that's just for that. That's if you want, if you are okay with this. I think I'm happy with it. I'm happier with this. But if you are okay with your pink and you like your pink color, just go for your peach, reduce the lightness, then you will get. Now we are not seeing the contrast between our sweep and this, but let's just leave it this way. So the next thing we're doing will be adding a profile to demarcate this particular color. If you go to your architecture and you go to your wall, this profile now, wall sweep, if you try to put a wall sweep, and let's say, sorry, let's go to properties. The profile is set to be at default. It's set to be at default. So if you try to apply a default to sweep to this, it will be so big and ugly. It will be big and ugly. See the sweep people applied. It's not looking nice at all. So let's delete this. Let's create our own personal profile that will separate our colors. So this is what we do. You go to file, you go to where you have your file, then go to new. I have some profile created already, but since you might not have, let's create new profile, new family, new, yes. Then let's create a profile. Okay, go to English. Let's go to metric profile. Okay, so metric profile. You can choose. We are doing a metric profile, so let's do okay. So if you take you to a new tab where you are trying to, this is what we are trying to do. Remember this color. Let me erase this for a moment. Erase this. Let's just erase this first. Alright, so remember this particular, the color we applied is separated here, and from here to your natural ground level, forget about this DPC for a moment, is 1300. Then we have, from this seal height to your natural ground is 1350. So let's make our profile to be 15 millimeters thick, so that we'll just apply it somewhere here. Or let's make it 100 so that it will come up a bit. 100 from here, that's where our profile would be. So let me show you how that works. So let's create line, then let's use line work. Let's create a cool looking profile for this design. Take this by 100. Okay, now let us have this to be at 40 millimeter, I think. 30, yes. 30 again. Take it up by take it up by 25. I just can't reset. Take it down by 25. Then let's create an arc. This is take it down by, let's say 10, 15 looks nice. Okay, take it down by 15. Please, you don't have to work as I work. Just observe what I do first before you go and create yours, so you won't get confused. So I'm trying to create a profile. So this now looks like a good profile. Okay, now what we can do is let us save this profile so that in case we need it for something else next time. So let's go to when you press load project, tell you want to save this profile. Let's say load into project and close. Which project am I loading into? I'm working on my 2-bedroom, and press OK. It will ask you, do you want to save changes to this family? 1. Yes. Then let's name this. Let's go to save it on. I save most my profile I make. You can make a folder for all the profile you make. This is where I store some of my profile, my custom families and profiles. So I have my wall sweep already, but I just want to show you guys how it's done. So I'll just save this to be wall sweep 100 mm by 50 or by 50 or 40. By 40 mm. So I'll remember what's the dimension when I'm using it next time. Okay, this is it. Now we are loading it into our project. So it's already loaded in our project. Let's save our project. So it's loaded in our project now, but how do we find this? How do we locate this particular thing we loaded in? Where has it gone to hide itself? This is where it is. You go to your wall, this drop down, don't click on the center of this wall, this drop down you see here, click on that drop down, you see wall sweep, click on that wall sweep, then you see the top where you have your properties, or you can see it here, your edit type, the same thing here, your edit type property, just click it. Then you see this construction where you have profile, you take this drop down, you see your wall sweep here, this place. You remember this wall will say 100 mm by 40 mm wall sweep. This is it, so click on it. Let's change the material to, let's use the contrast on be there because this is white already. I think we should change this to, we'll use white for I think we should use the grade for this particular one should be ash, so that there will be a little difference from these two colors. Because if you use white, this other ash color will water down the white. So let's use something like let's duplicate this. And please, if you are duplicating, duplicate the asset also, because if you just duplicate and thinking you have duplicated, you will change the property of this upper wall. You name this to wall profile, wall sweep. Let's use wall sweep, sorry. So these are profile, wall sweep. So if you can't come here and start changing color without duplicating this asset, you start doing any other thing, this upper wall, you change anything you see here as upper wall, you change everything to this wall sweep color. So what you can do is press duplicate this asset. Now you are telling Revit you are trying to relieve, like you are trying to detach the constraint that this particular asset has from other places it's been, which is this former upper we have, but we duplicated it and changed to wall sweep. If you are saying replace asset, if you put replace asset, you are changing this asset. Wherever you have upper wall, the asset will change to this particular new wall you are creating as wall sweep. So you are duplicating asset. Now it has detached itself from this one. So what we can do now is to put our wall sweep to a color we like. So let's choose a color. Let's go with something, because if we use white, the white will be watered down by this color. So let's use something much pronounced, like an ash that has a darker shade of ash, a darker shade of gray. Alright, so I think this looks nice. Okay, then press apply, then okay, then apply, then okay. You can put it one by one. You can put it one by one, but let's say you are putting it one by one, I'll show you the difference. Okay, now we've applied it. I think this is what we have. Yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty good. You can apply one by one around the building, but I'll show you a better way to do this. Ctrl Z. Alright, let me show you a better way to do this. Okay. Okay, let me show you a better way to do this. In order for you to apply that profile around your building without necessarily applying one by one, you can apply one by one. If that works for you, you can do it. But if you don't understand this method I'm trying to show you, which is the easiest method of applying that material all around your building, you can also do it one by one. But if you click on this wall, let's select one of this wall and let's go to the edit style. Please watch very close, because this can be very tricky. It can be really tricky. So I've selected one of this wall. Go to the edit type. Let's edit the structure of this wall. Go to edits. So you see something, expand this preview. So I have this line, this place we have here to be 1-3. That's what we're adding our profile. So you see sweep, where you have this sweep and reviews. What is reviews? Reviews is when you are cutting and opening a wall, but sweep is when you're adding something to a wall or in the material. So let's add a sweep. The thing we are trying to add is sweep. So let's click on your sweep. So it is nothing, there's nothing loaded in at the moment. So let's load our profile from where we have it. Load. Remember, we saved it, or actually add. Okay, let's add. Then let's go to our wall sweep. If you've not saved it on your project and you know where it is on your this thing, because I saved it somewhere on my, it's somewhere saved somewhere on my documents, you can always come here and look for it. I have saved that my custom family. So this is it somewhere here. If I selected it, it will come here, but it's loaded in my project. When I say add, it will show me here. So when I click it, this drop down, it will show me where I have my wall profile. So this is my wall profile. So what is this? What's the material? Now you are selecting the material. Come here, you select your material. Let's see if is wall. Okay, that one didn't save. So what we can do is, let's pick one of these. Let's pick one of these and duplicate. Let's use that upper again. I think I like the way that the first one came out. Let's duplicate this, then let's change it to rename. Let's change it to wall. Please watch very closely. Wall profile. Raw profile sweep. Wall profile sweep. Okay, so now we've created our wall profile sweep. So all we can do is change the appearance. Please take note, don't forget this thing that looks like paper up here. If you don't duplicate this and you think you are changing this thing to wall profile sweep, this upper wall or this paint you've applied and all these cool looking things you've done already, you will change it to this wall profile sweep. Everything will change this wall profile sweep. So that's how we duplicate. Let's duplicate this asset. Now we've duplicated the asset. Let's change to something grayer. Alright, I think I'm not satisfied how this looks. Okay, apply, okay. Now look at the distance. What is this distance? This distance is where do you want to apply this wall profile sweep. With from our natural ground level, from our level 0, from here to here, to where that was separate is 1,300. That's where we want our wall profile sweep to start from. That 1,300. So the distance should be 1,300. So let's put that distance 1,300. All right. So what is this from base? It means the wall profile sweep. Are you applying it from the base, from the bottom of the building? Applying the wall profile sweep from here. The distance, the 1,300, is it counting from this place or is it counting from here? So, but we are counting it from our natural ground level, which is our level 0, to be 133 to this point, not our top level. That's what this top is from. So I think we are not concerned with any other thing there again. We just press apply, then okay. Now look at it. The wall profile sweep, it has cleanly applied here. So now the structure of this wall has changed. So there's a wall profile sweep here. These are wall profile sweep here. So when you press OK, no problem. Okay, no problem. It's fine. So I'll show you why it's giving you that. Alright, so look at the wall profile sweep you applied. But it's not in every part of the building. I'll show you why. I'll tell you why it's not in every part of the building. I would have loved this wall profile sweep to take the color of this floor. The color of this floor is our default floor. So let's change our wall profile sweep to be default floor. It look nicer that way. Sweep. The material, and change to default. Alright, I think this is it. Okay. Now there will be a little bit of contrast and it will look much more even with the ground. Okay. This preview, apply, then okay. Alright, so I'm satisfied with this particular one. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Why is it not showing every part of the building? Why is it just that particular place is showing? It's on every part of the building now. but this is the reason why you are not seeing it on every part. If you look at it, it's selected on most part of the building. Almost every part has it, apart from the part that doesn't have it. So just go to your ground floor. Let me show you something. You see this profile that we are not seeing. If I go to our 3D, remember we are not seeing this profile here because it is inside. When we are drawing the wall, when you are drawing a wall, you don't know which one is interior or exterior part of your wall. You are just drawing a wall and applying materials. But when you go to your ground floor, you are seeing this profile to be inside. The profile is inside, so you can select the wall. See this double arrow, press space bar. If you don't press space bar, you see this arrow you see here, click it. Now the profile has come front. When you go to your 3D view, yes, now we have our profile here. Our profile is all looking good. Now there's supposed to be a profile here also. So there's no profile here. Let's go back to our ground floor view. You can as well just do it here. Select, then press space bar. I think it will work. Yes, press space bar. It will flip. Instead of going to your ground floor view, anywhere you don't see the profile, just select that wall, press space bar. It will flip that wall. It means the profile is inside the wall. That's what it means. It means the profile is selected inside. So see like this one now, the profile is inside. Instead of you coming here, if you prefer using here, you can just come here, select it, flip it. Wherever you see it, select it, flip it. But if you don't want to do it, and maybe you are checking it from your 3D view, you can always just come, go around. Okay, it's not here. Just click here, click the wall, then press space bar and you flip it. So that's one way to do it. If you prefer working it that way, you can also work that way. So if you look at it on 3D, okay, this one now is supposed to be a press space bar, flip this. So I think you'll see it better on 3D and it's faster on ground floor view. It's faster on ground floor view because you see everything very easily. So this is it. You've applied profile to every part of your building. So the next thing, let's check how it looks on 3D. Okay, this looks pretty good. Now we've gotten somewhere. So now what we'll be doing next is our site, and let's put this building on a cool looking site, just a simple looking site. So the next thing we're doing, we'll be showing you how to do sites. So we've done a building. Before we move on to our maisonette design, I think I'm satisfied with how this looks. Now let us work on our graphical view. Look at this thing now. It doesn't, the materials we've applied is not showing there. You can only see those materials on realistic mode. When you're on realistic, you can see those materials, but this is not the view you put on sheet. Nevertheless, let us work on the view we put on sheet. Now this is our profile, this is our lower wall, this is our upper wall, do not forget. So I think we should just work on it on our, you can work on it on 3D, but let's work on it on our south elevation. Select one of the wall, it doesn't matter anymore, just select any of the wall. Go to the edit side, let's edit the structure of this wall. So what we can do is go to the edits, or let's make it match our, so for this one we have something like hash here. So let's go to edit. For the upper wall, let's edit the upper wall first. Upper. Now we are working on graphic view, not appearance view. This graphic is the one you see on your north, west, all these elevation views. So let us remember it's at none. Why is all this color not this? Why is it not even taking this particular color? Because it's set to be unknown. For you to have the color applied to you, go to solid fill, keep your cursor at solid fill. If you can still remember the color code, I don't think I can remember the color code. Okay, yes, I have the color code here, 231, 233, then 236. And just put the color code here, but I want just choose something here. Let me see, 231. Then what next? Green 233. Okay, 233, and the next one is 232. 232. Perfect. So now we have this. Let me like this. Alright, now we have this. So I press OK. Now we've changed the appearance view. Apply for the upper, then OK. Then for the lower, let us change the lower also. So for the lower, the graphical view, remember this is stone, so we don't think you'll be looking for stone material. You just look for something that represents stone, like a brick or an interlock or something like that. So you come to here, change to solid fill also, press OK. Then for not solid fill, let's go and choose a material that looks like this. So you go to, let's choose okay, we don't have anything like brick here, so let's go to model. This is drafting, let's go to model. Alright, I think I've seen something I'm looking for. This one looks good, brick 75 by 225. Okay, let's choose this. I think this brick 75 by 225 looks good. If it doesn't look good, you can come back here and choose, but I think this will look pretty good. So let's choose OK. Now the color, for the color, let's use the color that would match this. Let's think of I think this should be orange. I think let's take it up a bit. Alright, so I think this is it. Okay, this looks good. Alright, then press apply, then press OK, then OK, apply, OK. So now it doesn't, the thing we applied has not changed anything, it changed nothing. But if I go back to my hidden line view, now I am seeing what I've applied. The thing I've applied is not showing here. But remember, this 3D is not going to be dependent on this particular view. We just apply this one for our knots is. So now we have our knots taking this particular view. If you are not okay with this color, maybe it looks too grainy. Okay, the roof also, let's apply a, go to the roof, edit, roof material, let's change the graphical view, change this to, okay, something that looks, depicts a roof. Okay, you can actually load, I'll show you how to be loading patterns, because these patterns and views are very, very limited. There's nothing that actually depicts a roof here. Nothing depicts a roof according to what I'm seeing. Nothing depicts a roof here. It's looking for something that looks like a shingles, but there is nothing that looks like a roof here. Neither is there any here. Well, if you think this will serve for your roof. Maybe you are trying to use a line, for example, 600 by 600. Okay, this is 600 by 600. Let's see. If you just show you, apply lines to it. It's too thick. It's too. I said it's not too thick. It's too wide. Let me see if I have a slimmer one here. Vertical 1.5. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can change the color. Let's change to red. Okay. Apply and okay. Okay. Apply and okay. Okay. I think this would work for you. We would use this. We would use this. So this is looking fairly okay at the moment. If you are not satisfied with how this looks, like the upper one, the ash, it looks dirty also. It looks like a pencil up. If you are satisfied with how this looks, you leave it that way. If you're not satisfied, you can just come here, edit, Remember, this is not going to affect your 3D in any way. Your 3D will still remain constant with the same color. You can just, maybe you are trying to make this one look more, go to your upper. Let's say I prefer the peach for this. Let's change the solid color to peach. Then the lightness, take it up a bit. Okay, so apply, then okay. I like it this way. And take it up. So that's just it. If you think you don't like that one, okay, I think this is okay for you. If you're okay with this, you go for this. If the lower one you're not okay with it, maybe you want to create more contrast, because this pink looks almost the same thing with this. You come to your lower, let's change it to black, so it should just have right. I think there's a contrast now. Okay, I think this would look good. So this is what, if you go to every other view, your east, you see the same thing you applied. You go to your west, you see the same thing you applied, looking all good. So that is this for this. So if you're satisfied with how your project is turning out, you would save it. And always don't forget to save your project. Always save your project. If not, you will cry premium tears. I know, I don't joke when I tell you can cry premium tears if you don't save your project. So I think if you go around your building and you are satisfied with how it has turned out, you can save it and continue. So we've applied all our materials to our building, our concrete fascias, our wall sweep, and everything you see. So for the next class, we'll be showing you how to create your roof plan. And if you come here, your roof plan is not looking right. Yes, it is not looking right. Your roof plan is looking like something on your site plan. Yes, so I'll be showing you how to work on your roof plan. It has created a roof plan already on site, but this is actually your site plan per se, because this thing you see is your project base points for your site. So working on your roof plan, show you how to work on your roof plan. Then secondly, we will be adding this building in a small but cool looking site, so creating grass and materials for our building. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I hope if you watched this video thus far, you've been able to understand and understood what was going on. So please drop a comment if there's any question you have. Thank you.